Welcome to the Millennial Rant, a podcast about whatever's bothering me today. With topics ranging from politics to pop culture, there's a rant to cover everyone. For more Millennial Rant content, you can join me on the web at millennialrant.com. So this video is another one of those ones that was like entirely unplanned, and I haven't had any of those this year, so I feel like I'm due. So I'm not, wearing makeup or anything. I was literally just out working in the yard, and that's kind of what triggered this. Also, in case you were wondering, my microphone quit working on me for like no reason whatsoever. So the last couple videos had crappy audio, which is fine, not fine. And we've come to a temporary truce while I decide whether or not I'm going to retire it in favor of a new one. So anyway, back to the purpose of this video. So I was out working in the yard, and there's kind of this trend now, like not like a heavy trend, but I kind of feel it's leaning in that direction of the whole country girl thing, where country is kind of coming back in the States because it's coming back over, I don't know if it's coming back overseas, but it's like becoming popular overseas. And for right now, whatever's popular overseas is popular in America. It's kind of like this weird inverted type thing. Anyway, so there's this country girl thing, right? Where girls who live in cities or big towns like go to places like Nashville to have girls' nights out and girls' weekends and bachelorette parties and all that sorts of stuff. And they go in their cute, designer boots that have never been outside except for this one particular trip, and they buy hats and they go on, they listen to all the country music and they drink beer, and they're like, hey, I'm a country girl, right? I'm a country girl at heart, at the very least. I am not one of those girls, okay? I own a pair of I own those pairs of cowgirl boots, the ones that are designer, that are not designed to wear outside. And I have the hats that are also not designed to be worn outside, and by outside I mean like out doing country girl things, right? These are not work boots, these are not work hats, they're just to be cute, okay? And I got them largely because I currently live in the South. And not like the super, super deep South, but like right on the edge of the deep South, right? Like 1 in 3 people in my town have that accent, So I'm pretty close to the deep South, like right on that border. And I always kind of figured myself as kind of like not really a country girl, but like a small town kind of girl, right? Like I could do like the small homestead kind of thing with like the backyard chickens and maybe a goat. No, I have living in this small town and knowing people who do those things. I am not that girl. So all you girls out there who say you're country girls at heart because you have a pair of cowgirl boots that you only wear to Nashville, and you listen to country music, and you bling out in the country style way. I had to plant petunias today. Like, this is literally what triggered this video, okay? I planted petunias today because my mom asked me to plant petunias before she went on a trip with my dad. And I was like, that's really not my thing that I do, but sure. I mean, how hard can it be, right? Okay, so I planted petunias. This is all like 3 things of petunias in our front yard. And like I am so not cut out for this, you guys. Like, for one, I thought, oh, I could just use a spade, right? I'll just use a spade and it will be fine. Well, fortunately, I couldn't find a spade. All I could find was a big shovel. And so I was just like, oh, I'll just use the big shovel. We've got clay in our yard because we're that far south. And I was like, oh, okay, this isn't going to work. So I got a hoe, and I'm like hitting it got everywhere. And I didn't realize until I went to go get dressed to go out and do this one simple thing, right? This one thing of planting these 3 things of petunias. I didn't realize I don't have clothes or shoes for that. Shoes I was more worried about than the clothes. So like I put on one of my Future Moms for America shirts, and the only reason I was okay with putting it on is because I've got like 3 of these exact same thing, right? And I figured, you know, I'll just be really careful. It's just planting petunias. It's not like it's going to get everywhere. It got everywhere. Fortunately, not so bad that you can tell, I think, on the video. But yeah, it definitely got me. And admittedly, I chose a rainy day. Like, it's not raining right now, but it was raining earlier, and I thought the ground would be softer. It was. It was also a heck of a lot messier. So every time I hit the ground with the stupid hoe, it went boom everywhere. And then, of course, there was the hands. I mean, I've washed my hands like 5 times, and I've still got like crud in the creases of my hands and under my nails. And I just got these done, like literally just got these done just a couple days ago. And they're dirty now. But they were so pretty. And again, with the shoes, no shoes. I have no shoes for working out in the yard. And I was looking at all of my shoes trying to decide if there were any of them that I wouldn't mind going out and working in the yard with. And the answer is, sort of. So I found, wait for it, I had these flip-flops. These are now my yard working flip-flops because I've washed them like 4 times and this stuff is just not coming off. So now these are my yard shoes, which is thoroughly impractical because, I mean, they're already the most impractical shoes that I own. And now, like, I mean, certainly not going to mow the lawn in these. I don't mow the lawn anyway. My brothers mow the lawn. I haven't mowed a lawn since I was renting an actual house. And even then it was kind of a toss-up on whether or not I could guilt one of my brothers into doing it for me. So yeah, these are now my yard shoes, and I think I need to go get yard shoes. Except if I go get yard shoes, does that mean that I have to work in the yard more? Because I don't think I'm coming out. I don't think I'm cut out for this, you guys. So yeah, fortunately, I've never been one of those girls who's like, I'm a country girl even at heart. So I don't feel super hypocritical about realizing about myself that all those dreams that I had of one day with my garden and the yard that I have that would be like impossibly beautifully manicured and spilling flowers from everywhere and the fruits and the vegetables and I can almost guarantee that's not ever going to happen, which is kind of a shame unless I hired somebody to do it, in which case, okay, I mean, sure. But then I would, have to have the money to hire them, money for maintenance, and it just seems like a lot more work than just even the work. So, yeah, I am definitely not a country girl. And to all you girls who say that you are a country girl, even just at heart, I highly recommend you go out and plant some petunias in the rain-softened clay dirt with black mulch and figure out real quick if that really is true. And if it is, more power to you. And if it's not, maybe just stick with the I enjoy the country girl vibe.